All right, guys, welcome in. I am Charity, aka NiceComps. It is Monday. It feels like a Monday, but we're gonna ship stuff out. So we've got a couple of orders going out today. eBay, other places. I'm not really sure, to be honest. So we're gonna find out together. Let's get our TT friends in here, and here we go. Yeah, I don't even remember. Is this all eBay or some of it Poshy? I don't remember, guys. We're going to find out together, though. All right. Looks like we got one in Poshy, eBay. Do we have any in Depop? Welcome in, you guys. Jean, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are getting stuff started here, and yeah, I'm just pulling up all the platforms for the day to see. I think we sold something everywhere today. Let's take a look. Do we have one on Mercari? Yes, we even have one on Mercari. So, Lena, good. I literally almost said good evening. It's Monday. We're getting there, folks. We're working on it. Oh, my Lord. Virtue, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. God's here. Good morning. All right. I'm just making sure everything is up and running. All right. Looks like our audio is synced up correctly on YouTubies today, which is exciting. That's fantastic because I have been having issues with that. So, hello. Teresa Jackson, welcome in. All right, you guys. So who am I? What am I doing here? For those of you that have no idea who I am, my name is Charity, aka NiceComps. I am a reseller out of South Austin, Texas area. And I resell a little bit of everything. So I mainly focus on like men's clothing, vintage, Y2K stuff. That's kind of like my bread and butter. I sell a lot of Levi's, a lot of pants, a lot of men's button-ups and polos. Those are kind of like my things. Sprinkled in there is band t-shirts, skater stuff, loose and baggy, 90s aesthetic. Like, that's kind of my thing. I also sell kind of whatever I come across, though. So sometimes it's random hard goods. Sometimes it's women's clothing, which I'm learning a little bit more of. I've always been a little bit more of a tomboy, so learning the women's clothing has definitely been a longer process for me than men's clothing. I don't know why. It's just women's clothing seems complicated, so we're working on it. Let's go, says Mom of Havoc. Yeah, so this is going to be a good week. Interesting weekend for me. I didn't get, God, I see you over on YouTube. I didn't get as many listings done this weekend as I wanted to, only because we were really super focused on getting our Whatty Naughty room set up. So we've been doing our WN shows every Tuesday. I wear a costume. It's super fun. And we do our auctions over on WN. So everything starts at basically $1. Anyways, we've been setting up in the living room. So what we've been doing is setting everything up ahead of time, which takes like an hour or so. And then doing the WN show. And then tearing all that down to have our living room back every single week. And of course, that's just taking so much time to do. So we decided to take our spare bedroom, which also technically kind of was Justin's office. He had already moved his office out into the dining room area. We have such a weird setup, you guys, because we run multiple businesses out of this house. So it's like the house is like a home, but it's also like a functionable workspace. And so we decided to, set up the room in there. So we spent the whole weekend like clearing that out, sorting boxes, sorting stuff. Oh my goodness, my muscles. Oh, the old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. So that's what we've been focusing on this weekend. The reason I bring that up is because it's so interesting. I'm really consistent with posting. So I usually put up anywhere between like 20 is always my goal. To get 20 things listed in a day and cross-listed is always the goal. Some days it's 5, some days it's 20, some days it's 12. This weekend, I'm gonna be honest, it was only a couple because really I was just so insanely hyper focused on trying to get this project done. We need to get it done. It needs to be done. Sometimes you got to carve that time out, right? But we always talk about algorithms. We talk about consistency with posting, and it's so interesting because I usually sell anywhere between like 7 to 10 items a day. And because I wasn't listing, now Nifty, my software platform, was delisting and relisting and making listings look new, which of course helps. But I definitely only sold, let's see, what do we sell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we only sold 8 items instead of like 14 to 20. So it really goes to show like how important that consistent posting is. Now, I knew this was going to happen. I was willing to just say, hey, I need to not do pictures and I need to not list anything. I got to get these projects done. And so that's, like I said, we were willing to do that. But it is just really interesting when you can really see it like in your face, how that consistency is. Potato Books is here. Brenda, welcome in. Peach is here. Peaches. Crystal Johnson, welcome in. Lynn's good to see you. Tenacious is here. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first thing that we sold was some VHS tapes. Now, I have 2 in the photo, but I have 3 in here. So I am going to look to see on this listing if I meant to put this other one in here. So it's supposed to be Mad Men Unmasked and Hard Knocks Cheap Pops, which are these 2. These are just 2 little wrestling VHSs. Wrestling stuff sells pretty well for me. Some of it sells for crazy money. Some of it's just like bread and butter. I can usually get stuff for pretty inexpensive. So I am thinking, well, yeah, so it's supposed to be Mad Men Unmasked and Hard Knock Cheap Pops, which this is Mad Men Unmasked and Hard Knock Cheap Pops. Let me look at the description and see. As seen, Mick Foley, yeah, so interesting. So I think I meant to put this in with the original listing, and I think I must have forgotten. But I put it in here. So I'll just set this to the side and just include it with another thing of wrestling things, since it looks like he only expects to get these 2. Yeah, interesting. So let me look one more time too, because I don't want to accidentally not sell it. Let me look at all the photos here. Hard Knocks, Madman. There's the back. There's 2. There's 2, and there's 2. Okay, yeah, so there's clearly only 2 in here. That's so interesting that I did that. Thanks for the likes, Crystal. Billy and Michelle, good to see ya. Tammy, welcome in, you guys. Happy Monday. 80s Sims. What are you doing? What are you doing, 80s Sims? Okay, so yeah, so I got these. I got a whole huge set of wrestling VHSs. For those of you that don't know what this is, a VHS, it goes in what's called a VCR. And I got a whole huge giant lot of these for like $8, I think, on a WN show. So I've just been kind of selling and parceling them out over the last, like, I don't know, few weeks. So they're not huge sellers, but I mean, we're making money on it. So Tenacious says, I have a question for you. I only have 111 listings right now. Is it worth for me to do Nifty? So, Tenacious, I would say this. I think that 100 listings is a pretty good starting point for that. So, if you've got 100 listings up, that means you're taking this mediocrely serious, right? I mean, you must be working this, at least part-time in order to get those listings up. So I think 100 is a great place to start. I think that, we just got a new offer too. I think that anything below that, I guess it just depends on if you've got that extra money to kind of burn, but I think it's full-time. Tenacious, I would say yes then. I think 100 is a great place. That's probably, if I was to go back, I think that's about when I started being like, okay, I've got stuff up on the shelves, stuff is sitting, I'm ready to get it out of my inventory. That's, I think, more the metric is like, if you're looking at the stuff on your shelves, right? And you're like, okay, this stuff's been sitting here for a minute. I'm ready for it to move. I need more storefronts. That's what something like Nifty, which is cross-listing software, is going to do for you. It's going to give you more stores. So instead of just owning the McDonald's in town, now you have the McDonald's and the Dairy Queen and the Burger King and the Jack in the Box, because you got some people that are going to go to Jack in the Box, and you got some people that are going to go to Mickey D's, you got some people that need a Whopper. Like, you're able to, like, advertise to more people. You're just opening up your pool for people to be able to purchase from you. And I have a sneaking suspicion that your Nifty subscription will probably get paid for in your first few items you cross list. The other thing, Tenacious, that I think so awesome about Nifty is that, like, look at this weekend, for instance. So I committed this weekend to working on the house. We worked on sorting the rest of the garage, which was insane. We completely cleared out a room. I mean, we did manual work this weekend. And because of that, I didn't take pictures and get new listings up, but Nifty did. So what Nifty did was it delisted my old listings. It gave it a brand new, fresh URL listing so that the internet thinks it's new, so that the search engine will push it out. The other cool thing about Nifty that they have in there that I have set up on mine, not all resellers do this, but I think it's great, is every time Nifty delists my items, because they've been sitting for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or whatever it is that you choose, whenever it reaches that point, it decreases the price 1%. So it's not much. I mean, it's literally like such a small amount, but because that dollar amount is different, it's going to not only seem different to buyers, but it's also going to look different for search engines. So not only is the URL different, the pricing is different, there's a little bit of a change in there. And search engines like things where they have at least a 20% change, and that's going to give you such a huge change. So I think 100 is great. Now, if you're someone that sells really super high-end items, let's say that the average cost of item you have is like $80. Let's say that you sell nice handbags or designer women's clothing. I think you could do it at like 50 because you're cross-listing what you're making back is going to pay for itself. But if you're just selling the average item that's $20, I think 100 is a great metric for that. Is Nifty an app? So it's not an app, but it is a cross-listing software. So you can get it on the browser. Think of it as like a virtual assistant. So what it's going to do is you upload your listings in. It can even figure out, which this is what we're doing today. We're learning the AI program behind it. So this is kind of new to Nifty. So what it is it'll look at your pictures. It reads the label of the item. It looks digitally at the entire item, at all the pictures. It finds it on the search engine. It relists it for you in all the different listing places. So let's say I had this remote control. I load those pictures into Nifty. It finds this exact remote control, kind of using like Google Lens software. It then writes an entire thing for me, and it has everything. So all I have to do is put in the weight of the item if I want, and the price. And then it automatically lists it and cross-lists it everywhere. So Justin and I have really been interested in doing this. That's why we busted our butts this weekend to get the house done, so that we could dedicate the rest of this week to really learning how to use the AI behind it. Because I think I'll still have to tweak a few things and mess with it. But if I'm normally getting 20 listings up, it takes me so long to like go in. I got to write out the whole listing. I got to find it on Google Lens. I got to see how much it is. I got to write all the specs. I got to do all of that, work. If I can get the AI to do that, and you can also make it so it doesn't sound AI cheesy, by the way. Yes, I've seen this in real time. Sheffy showed us, and yes, it does work. So if you could do that, that could double my workload. Meaning instead of getting 20 listings up a day, I'm now getting up 40 listings a day because I don't have to take as much time. So you're so welcome, Tenacious. So if you guys are interested in learning more about Nifty, if you go over to my profile and you click on the linky there in my profile, it'll take you over to my linky tree. And I'll just show you where that is. So if you go to my profile here and you click right here on the link tree, it says on here where the Nifty is. So it's a little robot looking guy. If you click on that, you get a week free to try just to see if you even like it. This is what I did when I first signed up for it. And then your first month, if you go through that referral link, you get 15% off. So Nifty's given me the ability for you guys to be able to do that. So 15% off is awesome. Try it for a week. If you love it, great. If you don't love it, you tried it. So you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Karen says, do you sell on WN? I do. Thank you for asking. Yes, I do. I do a Tuesday night show. So it's every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And I do different things every single week. I was not expecting to go through all of this, but since we're standing here. So if you go to the linky, there's WN right there. It'll give you some free spending money. But if you go to my profile, which is just NiceComps, and you go to my shows, they're all here. So tomorrow night, I'm doing vintage toys, vintage die-cast cards, vintage plush. I've got wrestlers I think I'm putting in. Speaking of wrestling, crazy timing. So I've got vintage wrestlers, a whole bunch I got so much stuff, you guys. So we're going to do all of that tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I'm doing something a little different than other people are doing on WN. So I'm wearing a costume every week. It's a different costume. Sometimes it's relevant to what the theme is. Sometimes it's not. I'm just trying to bring something a little bit weird and different because I'm a weird and different kind of gal. So if you guys want to see a really unusual, different kind of WN show that you've probably never seen before, just go in and bookmark all of my shows here. And then you'll be able to see all of the different things I do. I mean, that's cool. It's interesting. I'm conflicted. I have a wholesaler that wants what? I'm not sure. I love Nifty. Really helped me grow my sales after I started using it this summer, says HS. Me too. Because I didn't get anything listed this weekend, guys. If I didn't have Nifty, I wouldn't even have sold what we sold. So, yeah, you guys are welcome. Of course. Just hop in. How much is the AI thing? So, Shauna, it's in Nifty. I don't know. Yeah, you get she was doing a week of it free for the listing thing, but you get with your subscription, you get these little token things. And you cash the tokens in to have the AI help you. Neha also said the other day that if you contact Nifty via email, which this is what we're going to do, that you can buy those little tokens in bulk for a huge discount. So that's what we're going to do. I mean, heck, guys, even if it costs me 10 cents a listing or whatever it is, to be able to get double the amount, let's put it this way. There's no amount that they could charge me that is going to be more than how much money I'm about to make by being able to have double my listings up. Think about that, you guys. Take what you're making right now, okay? Let's say you're making $500 a month reselling. If you were to double that because you got double the orders up, you just went from making $500 in February to $1,000 in March. So for me, is that worth it? Well, yeah, of course. Yes, and God just reminded too, oh my gosh, we're doing all the reminders today. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YT. So Justin and I are going to be we're going to be running our WN shows, some of them through there. I am not spilling the beans on this because I want it to be a surprise, okay? Justin and I came up with an idea this weekend. So we like to do these little brainstorming sessions. We were actually out on a date on Friday and we came up with this idea. And it's a massive, insane game changer. I am I can't stop smiling. I'm really, really, really excited about it. And it's going to be taking place, a lot of it's going to be taking place over on our YT. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube if you haven't. It's just NiceComps. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm very excited. Can you tell? Thank you. Yes, God, thank you for reminding. Yeah, if you guys can help me too over there. That's the other thing is in order for us to be able to do what we want to do, in order for it to financially make sense for us to do what we're doing and do it kind of in a free-ish situation, I got to be able to monetize over there. And so if you guys get over there and you watch over from our YT, you have to have a certain number of hours over there, and they're an insane amount. And I'm a newer person, guys. I am not some established reseller that's been in the game here, hanging out with everyone for years. That's not what's happening. So I'm a new kid on the block. I hate looking up the listings. I would totally pay for that. That's what I think too, Shauna. Carrie, good to see you. Follow Miss. Yeah, I am tenacious. I'm really excited about it. But I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spill the beans because it's going to take a minute to figure out the logistics of it. But, yeah, we're really excited. So, Linz, oh my God. Okay, you guys, we got to get this shipped. All right. So the first thing, like I said, is these VHSs. We're going to get them put in a little box here and get these shipped on their merry, merry way. So we're going to bust out some of our foam because y'all know I get this stuff for free, so I don't have to be stingy. Who was it the other day that said, they're like, oh, you know what the great thing about buying foam from NiceComps is? Somebody said this on another thing that I was watching or someone sent to me. I can't remember anyways. You know what's great about buying things from NiceComps on Whatnot is all the packing materials you get. I was like, dude, it's so true. Well, because I get this foam for free, and it's like I hope that this forever stays a thing I can do, because the amount of money that this foam is so expensive, and to be able to get this stuff for free is like, you just never know when you're going to find like a good connection somewhere, and I found a good little connection. So, Sweet Briar's here! Karen says, do you list your items before you do your show on WN? I only do, Karen, if they're like super bangers. So if it's something that's like, I want to be able to get pre-bids on, or it's something where I think if I put it up, I could entice people to come in, I will do that. Otherwise, we did that for our first, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I told you guys, I got the bigger pack. By the way, for those of you that are new with me, I have ADHD, so I'm going to be skipping all over. So if you ask a question, I will always get back to it. It's just how my brain works. So I got the same stickers I always get. They're in my linky in the bio. It's just this is the only brand I like, but I decided to get the larger pack of them because they were on sale. I think they might still be. The larger pack was the same price as the smaller pack. So I was like, oh, I'll just get the larger pack this time. And if you thought the stickers were freaking cute in the last ones, these are like a million times even more cute. They're just so, I mean, can you even? That was me on Friday eating ramen. Honey, I found a sticker of us eating ramen on Friday. That might be my husband. Oh, wait, I have to show you guys something. Okay, so to get back to your question, sorry, this is how it goes. This is how the brain goes. Yeah, so to answer your question on that, really only the things that are like huge bangers, because I found that when I had to list things ahead of time, it took so much time. Like I did our first couple shows, I did t-shirts and I took pictures of the graphics of each shirt. It took me like 2.5 hours to get the shirts up, and most of them were selling between $1 to $3. Not a good amount of time. But if I've got an item that's like a $50 item and I'm going to start the bidding at like 30 or something, because I'm like, I'm not taking any lower than that, I might put that item up just to see if anyone's interested. If I don't get any pre-bids, I may or may not choose to run that then. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, I have to show you guys something. All right, so honey, I'm showing your picture here. So Justin and I went out on date night the other night, and we went to our favorite little ramen spot. Now, I'm not really doing mini carbs anymore because it makes my heart race really bad, but I will make an exception for ramen. So we went out for ramen at our favorite place. It's called Tatsuo Ramen in Austin. It's the best ramen on the planet. I'm not even kidding. It's like award-winning. That's my husband. Honey. Justin! Justin! Someone, please, someone screenshot that and send it to me. Somebody screenshot that and send it to me over on IG. I can't. Honey, you're so adorable. Okay. Well, we can't ever get rid of that sticker now. I think we're going to have to put that one up on the board. Stells is sending it. I have Potato Books is sending me a photo that you're going to enjoy when I get off of here. That one has to go on the wall. That one definitely has to go on the wall. All right. So we're going to get this person's tapes in here now that it's taken me, this is what happens. It takes me 14 freaking minutes to do one package. Charity, why does your shipping take so long? Have you ever met someone whose brain is moving faster than their body? Ooh, yay. The Amazon's here or somewhere. More things. Oh, guys. I got the costume for tomorrow for the WN show. It's so cute. Ooh. It's really cute. It's real. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Did he let you use a fork? I'm actually a chopsticks girl, believe it or not. I am not super coordinated, but I have been eating like Asian food since I don't even remember. Like, it's my favorite, like, kind of food. I mean, y'all know I love a chicken sandwich, but if you had to ask me, like, what is your favorite, like, kind of food, it would be any sort of Asian food. I love sushi. I love pretty much every, like, Asian dish that's on a menu. I'm down. So I learned how to use chopsticks a really, really long time ago. And in fact, if I try to use a fork, it feels like so weird to me. So the fork story! Oh, that's if the fork's long. So if the fork is long, I can't use it ever, because then it may touch the back of my throat, and I'm terrified of my Yulia getting touched. And so you don't want the googly to get poked by the fork, so it has to be a short fork. So we're really safe with the chopsticks, because those are, you don't really put them in your mouth much. Good afternoon, Smoky Mountain Thrifts. How are we today? Tenacious, I can't believe you remember that. I told Justin, I was like, oh my gosh, honey, I told the fork story the other day on the, when I was doing a live, and he's like, the fork story, and I was like, you know how you, like, will replace my fork with a spoon? Because, like, my brain shorts out, right? I'll stare at an item, and I'll just stare at the fork, and I, like, can't move, because I don't know what to do, and then he'll just take the fork out and put a spoon back in. So I was telling him, and he's like, I don't even realize I do that. He's like, I'm so used to, like, all of your little weird ticks and picadillos that I think I've just, like, been, like, trained. I'm like, well, that's what happens when you've been married 50 years. So that's what happens when you get trained, he said. Train them up. Roll call. All right, so we've got our little item here. They paid $4.63 for shipping. We're paying $4.63 for shipping because it's going media mail and printing that out. Melody, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. I hope everybody had a good weekend. What would you guys rate your weekend? So 1 is like, wasn't a good weekend for whatever reason. And 10 is like, it was the best weekend of my life. That weekend changed everything. What would you guys say? What was your jam? What was your jam this weekend? Lynette says meh. Was it a meh for you? Oh my gosh, I didn't even get bags out, you guys. My room, I'm telling you, if you could see the floor right now, I'm like tripping over things. Because like I said, we organized one room, or 2 rooms, technically a garage and an office. But because we organized those, now there's piles all over the house everywhere. Of like, because we've only lived in this house like a year, so we're still trying to kind of like figure it out, you know what I mean? You know when you move into a new place and you're trying to figure it out, so not only are we figuring out, but we're also trying to figure out how to like run an entire business out of it. So 3 12-hour shifts, says God. Whoa, that's insane. That is a hard-working person in the universe right there. Smokey says busy weekend. Busy's good. Okay, the next thing we've got here is, looks like a pair of pants. Must be these ones here. So this is a JWOD, which I had never heard of. Skillcraft black pants. They're a pair of army pants with a drawstring. Anything military, I pretty much pick up. If it's a good price, I pretty much pick it up because it always sells. Now, they don't always sell for crazy amounts of money. So make sure when you're looking stuff up, you're doing a few little comps. You know, if it's $1 or $2 at a garage sale, get it. You're always going to make your money back. But if you're at the thrift store or you're somewhere and they want like $7 to $10 for something, I would look it up because, like I said, I've sold some military stuff, you know, a Gore-Tex, Zip Up, this, that, the other for $115. I've sold a pair of pants for 10. These were 12. So you just want to kind of make sure that you're not, you know, spending too much on that. So, Amy Rest, good to see you. I'm not ignoring anyone that's over on the Tubies too. I have the chat up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to chime in. Okay, so we're going to get these. Oh my goodness, guys. It's such a mess. Honey, I destroyed my room. My room has been destroyed. Okay, so this person is getting a cute little, what are they getting? They're getting a cute little plant and a thank you card. And we're going to toss those in. So I spent $1 on these at a yard sale. They are what's called an IPFU Army Drawstring black nylon pants. What's so great about the internet, and I was just thinking about this, like, I have an item in here that actually got me thinking. I don't know if you guys saw my IG post this morning, but it really got me thinking about, like, how did people do this before Google Lens? How did anyone do this before Google Lens? Hello. Elizabeth Morgan, what are you doing? Elizabeth Morgan is like, whoa, that was insane. Danny, welcome in. Okay, so we are going to ship this over in Pirate Ship. These are going to Jonathan in Michigan. We are shipping them in Pirate Ship. Why? Because for me, for some reason, where I live in the country, it is less expensive for me to ship anything over a pound using Pirate Ship. We actually just tested this out altogether on Friday. I had an item that was exactly a pound. We looked at the price in Pirate Ship. We looked at the price eBay wanted to charge, and it was completely different. Now, that doesn't go, that's not for everybody. And I do flat rate shipping, meaning I make money on my shipping. I don't do calculated. So for me, it's like that. For you guys, it may be something different. I don't know. You'll have to just check it out and see. Brian's here. What's up, B? Good to see you. Amanda's here. Amanda is here. Amanda's not afraid to be on TikTok and say, hey, what's up? Oh my goodness. Also, huge thank you to Court72 who reminded me on Saturday morning that Trevor Avery Norkey was doing a Muppets Star Wars Lego play on TikTok. It's like my favorite thing to watch. It's the greatest show on TikTok. I am convinced, and no one will ever change my mind about it. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, and then all we have to do is just put the tracking number back in eBay. Once we do that off Pirate Ship, we just paste that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Thanks for all the extra packing material, says Brian. Brian, you have enough foam to, like, resell all of those toys. And B got his package.
Yeah, we want to make sure you got extra foam.
Yeah, I put so much packing foam in that. I was like, he's going to be so stoked. Oh my goodness. I'm just glad it got there safe.
No problems with the shipping?
Yeah, did everything get there? It was all safe and everything. Just one more chapter. I told you guys, people thank me for that. B, you weren't even here at the very beginning of the live, but I said at the very beginning of the live, I had gotten tagged in something, and someone said, you know what I like about NiceComps is when you buy something from them on WN, Whatty Naughty, you get so many extra packing materials. Yes, safe. Okay, good. Right on. Well, congratulations, B. You are now the proud owner of items that literally I don't think anyone else on the planet has. So, unless you have a way to find them and I don't, because I looked and I couldn't find them anywhere. So, awesome. I'm so happy. Thanks again. K-Bone, what's good? Okay, next thing we've got up is another pair of pants. Totally different buyer, which is so wild. We sold 2 pairs of military pants, honey, but to 2 different people. Yeah, so that's bussin'. I love that. My Toy Story collector Friend is jealous. Yeah, boy. Dude, that Galactic Buzz car and that train set. I mean, can you even? Can you even with that? I mean, now you know what I felt like when the lady's like, oh yeah, I've got, some Toy Story stuff. And I went and looked and I was like, and then you're just like trying to not like freak out by what they have. And you're just like, huh? She's like, oh yeah, I used to work at Toys R Us and I collected this stuff because you never know, if your kids are going to want it, but my kids weren't into it and my grandkids aren't into it. So I'm just happy to get it out of someone's storage unit and into the hands of people that will appreciate it, because man, there's nothing better than knowing that you're able to offer something to someone that's something they really, really, really like, that's like so rare and that should be displayed. It should be displayed. It's like when I sold those vans, those Winnie the Pooh vans, which were a Disney Winnie the Pooh collab from the 80s. It was a really rare pair of shoes. Sold it to a guy in Germany who's going to be, he's doing a American Culture Vans exhibition in Germany, which is really cool. And these shoes are going to be featured in that exhibition. So it's just cool because so many people are going to get to see them. And I'm such a nerd about that stuff. That's how you know you like what you're doing. When it's like, it gets you all nerdy and excited. And you're like, ooh, you're going to see it. It's so cool. So, and then in between times, you sell a pair of ASU suspender dress blue pants with a gold braid. Now these sold, I was going to ask more for these, but I think there might be something weird with them. So one of the ankles was like slightly hemmed funkily, and I don't know if it's something that can be fixed or if it's something that's like they got rid of them because they're funky. So had they been not weird, I think we would have gotten closer to $20 for them. I sold these for $13. I was like, I just want them sold and like out, because they're strange and awkward, and I think they might be a mistake pair of pants. So someone that sews might be able to fix them, but that is not me. So some toys I sold will be back in the background of the new season of Stranger Things. Ah! That's so awesome! Honey, some of the toys that be sold will be in the background of the new season of Stranger Things. Dude, that's one of my favorite shows on the planet. That's so cool. All right, B, you officially win for coolest statement of the day so far. All right, so this person's getting a cute little aloe plant here. We're going to toss that in. These stickers are so great. I love how everything has faces. I think I might just have to get the bigger pack stickers from now on. I really like them. If they make me smile, they'll hopefully make someone else smile. Okay, and these are these under a pound? Oh no, they're just a pound. Dang it. All right, so these are going to Steven in Florida. We're going to go ahead and go over to Pirate Ship for these because I already know it's going to be more expensive in the bays. So envelope, we've got 10 by 7 by 1 pound exactly. Man, if they would have been like this a little bit less, just a little bit. Let me make sure I didn't need to tear it or something weird. Nah. All right. We're still only paying $6.98. They paid $8.99, so we actually made $2 on these, which completely covers my original investment. I think I spent $2 on these before I realized that they had a funky ankle. You know, you do your best, right? When you're thrifting, you do your best to be able to, are all the buttons there? Is there anything weird on it? Is there any little spots or discolorations or any threads missing? It's like you try to do your best. But for me, it's like if I'm at a thrift store, I'm a little bit more careful. But if I'm at a garage sale and it's a buck or two and I'm just trying to get a big bundle together so I can get a discount, sometimes you just kind of risk it for the biscuit. Excuse me. Rather than standing there and meticulously going over each item. The longer I stay at a sale, the more expensive the items are going to become. So for me, in my mind, the person's like, oh, they kind of, if I'm looking at stuff quick and putting it in a pile, their thought is like, oh, she kind of wants this, right? But if I'm going through stuff and I'm looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, The person's like, huh, they really want those. And the price is always going to go up. Good morning, Riz. What is good? How's that Riz today? I bought stuff from the guys that does sets for Stranger Things. Oh, that's so freaking awesome, Lynette. That is so awesome. You guys are full of cool fun facts today. That's incredible. That is incredible. All right. Okay, this is going in here. Okay, going back over here. We're going to go ahead and put our tracking number in and moving right along. All right, and those are going to UPS. Okay. The next thing we've got is the weirdest thing I sold this weekend. So, this is one of those weird boys. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Woo! Hello. Okay, this is outrageously heavy, so I'm not going to even lift it for all of you any more than that. So this is and this is what I was talking about. Remember when I said Google Lens is so important? Without Google Lens, it would have been literally impossible for me to figure out what this is. This is are you ready? Allenson Cat 2714662 Ignition Transformer. Catalog number 61 something something. I have no idea what it is. It is a something that it does something mechanical, I'm guessing. So I got this for free when my mom passed. She had a bunch of my grandpa's stuff from when he passed that just got kind of dumped in her house. And there was a bunch of weird tool stuff and old thermostats and all sorts of things. And I'm guessing maybe this was for a heat pump or something, because my grandpa did that at one point. He owned a heating and cooling business. So I'm thinking maybe that's what this was. Anyways, so I got all of this tool stuff, weird, the electronic things for free. And so because of Google Lens, I was able to find out what this stuff is. Because otherwise, I would have just had to give it away. There's no way I'm going to be able to figure out what a part like this what it is without that. So, thank you, Google Lens. And I'm very excited that we could figure it out. So I sold this. I had to get kind of competitive on this one because there was other people selling these. I don't normally offer free shipping on items because I don't want to offer free shipping on items. That's me. So with this though, all of the other ones of these were free shipping. And so I was like, shoot, I am probably going to have to do free shipping on this in order to sell this one. Every single comp on them was free shipping. All the ones that were online were free shipping. Now, I could have not done the free shipping and tried to stand out. Maybe they sort items by price, and so my price would have been lower, and I was going to do all of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this thing up. I'm going to basically copy what everyone else is doing because I don't know nothing about these things. And so it sold for $67. Now there's free shipping on there. I'm guessing the shipping's probably going to cost me like $10 or $12. Hopefully not more than that. But at the end of the day, I got it for free. So I'm good with whatever the situation is. Lee Port 18 says, can I ask you some advice and the cheapest way to ship a DVD? So the cheapest way to ship a DVD that I know of is to use media mail. I think that is the least expensive. And that should be in the settings. So if you go to list an item, there should be a media mail option. Because we just shipped some DVD or VHSs this morning. So you just put the measurements in there. And then I do calculated for my media mail stuff. I don't need to make extra money on it. If you try to make extra money on the media mail, it's kind of obvious because everyone else's is kind of the same price. So I don't try to make any extra money. That's the only thing I do calculate it on. And as far as I know, that's the cheapest way. If there is a less expensive way, someone is welcome to comment. I don't sell a whole lot of DVDs. I just sold those Bam Margera DVDs, but those are the first ones I think I've sold. So, DW, what's going on? DW in the house. Pump with it. What? All right, we're gonna put where's the tape? Oh my goodness, my room is such a mess. My room is such a mess. Is this for UPS? I think Stells is asking if you're talking about for UPS to ship a DVD. As I'm guessing what's happening. So Stells may know something about that. I am not probably the person to ask about that. Guys, I will always be outrageously honest with you about that kind of stuff. If there's like something that I don't know or I don't know a whole lot about, I'll let you know. And this would be one of those times. I don't sell a lot of DVDs, so I don't know if there's a less expensive way. Yes. So Stells says yes. Media mail through USPS. So it sounds like that's probably the least expensive way to do that. So we're going to do a box in a box with this because this is like an actual part. I don't want it to break, obviously. So we're just going to, we do a little foam, and then I'm doing a little bubble wrap on this one, and then we're going to do a little bit more foam. The reason I'm not using paper is heavier, and I already am paying for shipping on this, so I want to keep the shipping weight done. Tanish, thank you. I didn't know that was an option. I'm just starting out. Yeah. So with any sort of media mail, so as far as I know, any books, DVDs, cassettes, CDs, VHS, anything like media, you can ship media mail. Anything that isn't, you can't. So like a video game, you can't do. Magazines with ads, I don't believe you can do. I could be wrong on that, but guys, again, I'm not the most hip, so I would say to probably well, I am very hip, but not about that. So I would say probably someone else in here knows. No ads. Yeah, God says no ads. Correct. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking there's something about it that makes it funky like that. Yeah, can't do anything with ads. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, all right. But you can do like a movie that has like advertisements at the beginning of it for like other movies and stuff, though, I'm assuming, because that's still like a media mail kind of thing. As far as I know, unless I'm incorrect about that. So, all right, so we're just snuggling this in a box. Never waste shipping supplies, right? So this box is actually a box I got that got my poly bags in it. So, saving every box because you never know when you're going to need it. Of course, I say that, and Justin and I got rid of a whole bunch of cardboard recently because we just had so much, but it was before I started doing the WN shows because we had so much. I mean, we had like a quarter of the garage was just cardboard. I'm like, this is way too much. I'm never going to need all this. And now, of course, I probably should have done that, but that's okay. So, all right, so we are just going to get this all snuggled up here, all taped up, real nice, real safe. We don't want our, what is this, Allenson Cat 2714 to get injured. Whatever that is. I was like, on my IG post this morning, I was like, we sold something to somebody. It's a something. It's a, we don't know what it is, but it's hopefully something you need. Oh my goodness. Equinox, how are we today? Shawnee, good to see ya. All right, and this thing is like freaking. Ooh, that sounded snuggled, but now it doesn't sound snuggled. So we're gonna open up this side because that sounds snuggled on the top, and that does not sound snuggle on the bottom. So that's kind of my metric that I like to do is I lift a box up and I just do a little bit of like shake, 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 Sonora. If it shakes around, that also tells me that it's going to shake around really badly when it's shipping. So I think I'm going to add just, I don't want to add too much weight to it, but I think I may add just a little bit of paper here just for any little crevices, because I think the number one reason things get injured when they're shipping isn't so much always the box is damaged. A lot of times it's that the items injure each other. or themselves in this case, because it's going to shake around in there and it could potentially knock loose, you know, the wires or whatever this is for, because your girl doesn't really know. So we're just going to wrap it up really nicely, and then we don't have to worry about that happening, right? I like it. Pack it like Chad does. Dude, Chad does not mess around, though, you guys. Like, because I've bought quite a few things from Hustle on WN, and every single item is, like, in its own bubble wrap, and then also taped. Like, those things ain't breaking. Those things ain't breaking. That man is, like, king of the bubble wrap. I'll be queen of the foam, and he can be king of the bubble wrap. Because he is, without a shadow of a doubt. Mallory, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, here we go. Okay, are we snuggled? I don't really trust that edge, so we're going to snuggle that in. We're going to snuggle that in. And then going around to the edges here. The other thing I'll say about this eBay tape that you can get for free is, for those of you that are newer resellers, don't rely on it as your, like, ending of your packaging. So, like, I will use it just to kind of close down areas. I'll, like, go over, but then I also go over with other tape because it breaks really, really easy. All right, that feels better. It breaks really, really, really easy. So if I were you, and I'm not you, but if I were you, I would not use it as it's like, oh, okay, I'm just using just the tape on here. I would put some other tape on there too. Hey, sis, good to see you. Thrifty Mama Beth, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, what are you up to today? Hey, Judy. Judy, Cocoa Pop, Judy, rock. I met a Judy. She was a cutie. Ice cream, twirl around, took red rubber one more time. Ooh, your lady, walking down the street 10 times a week. I said it, I met it. I stole your mama's credit. I was cool, I'm dirt. Suck it to me one more time. Ooh, speaking of Sweet Briar, that's funny. Sweet Briar, this is going to Sweet Briar Street in Oregon. How random and crazy. Okay, so we're going to hope we don't get totally destroyed on this shipping. Like I said, I offered free shipping on this. I didn't pay anything for this, so whatever happens, I'm cool with. So we got 12 by 9 by 7. 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 All right, and then let's take a look at the insane weight that this is going to be. This has got to be like, I don't know, like 8 pounds or something. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. 12 pounds, 14 ounces. All right, so we're going to hope we don't get completely destroyed on this. Ready? And here we go. I'm weird. I never use the eBay tape because the colors of the boxes are usually brown. I get it. Okay, that's not bad. So we're only spending $12.20. So once again, this is exactly why I don't ship stuff out of eBay. Because they're not going to choose grounded cubic advantage from you over there. And I'm telling you right now, shall we experiment? Let's just see. Let's just see what it would have charged. $12.97. Okay, so we got 14. And then $12.97. Let's just see. 9.7. Okay, let's just see what it would have charged me. $14. 14 bucks. So we saved $2 by doing it over in Pirate Ship. So that's why we do what we do. And it throws me off. I probably would use it on white boxes. God, that's funny. That sounds like a little neurospicy thing in there. All right, buying a label on this. And here we go. Ow, it still sounds like it's moving in there, though. Oh, guys. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it. Why is that sounding shifty? I know, I'm about to get so... Everyone's going to be like, it's fine, just leave it. But that is... I'm changing my mind on that. Is it like, why is that thumping around in there? I got to figure out why that's still shaking. Because it's not shaking sideways now. But it is shaking frontways. So, where is that Why is that shaking like that? Where is the disconnect here, people? Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. Let's see, it's shaking that way. So let's try, we're just going to do a little something here. This is so weird. Normally when I pack with the foam and everything, it's fine. I don't usually have this issue, but... Oh! Okay. It's probably the item in the box itself doing this, not my packaging. Oh my goodness. Woo! It's freaking Monday. It is Monday. Oh my goodness. Honey, I just had an IHOP moment. So IHOP moments in our house. My sister-in-law one day, we were driving by IHOP, and she goes, IHOP, International House of Pancakes. I get it. And ever since then, whenever we have a moment where we're like, you know, like brain fart kind of moment, we call it an IHOP. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good gravy, you guys. It literally was the item in... Oh, it's in the computer. Oh my goodness. Oh snap, you just said that? I was trying to figure it out. Where were you 7 minutes ago? Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't believe I just did that. I'm telling you, that's how you know it's a Monday. Oh my goodness, that's so freaking funny. Yeah, I'm like, it's really snuggled in there. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, Justin. Your wife IHOP'd it so badly. So bad. I couldn't figure out why the item was still sounding like it was shifting around in the box. Because it's a box in a box. Oh, it's not the box in the box that's shifting. It's the item in the original box. Of course. Of course. Of course. Oh my gosh. Yep, you IHOP'd it. You helped me get past the IHOPpies. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't even believe that. That's so ridiculous. Okay. Well, it's a new item in the box, so I didn't even think about, like, opening it and doing that. But if I don't, it's going to most likely get broken on the travels. So, good Lord. Good Lord, Charity. There we go. We did it. Woo! She's been working out. Look at that. 13 pounds, baby. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is just so funny to me that I did that. Okay, and I used the same packing material, so the weight shouldn't have changed at all. We're going to get it all snuggled back in here in its nice little home. Well, this item was free now that I've broken out a sweat for it. Oh my goodness, somebody turn on the air. Woo! Woo! All right, let's get this all back in here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even believe I did that. That's just so funny. It's so funny, and to have done it live on here just makes it even better. All right, here's that. It's a good thing I am a literally unembarrassable person. Because I think for the fainter of heart, people could have felt really bad about that, but I don't, because that's just who I am. So, Melissa, good to see you. Welcome in to the Poop Show. It's good to see you here today. All right, more tape. What do we want? More tape. When do we want it now? What do we want? More tape. When do we want it now? Woo! Good Lord. Put on some more of this free eBay tape. Because your girl likes free. Free 99 is my favorite kind. Free 99 for me. Alright, that's still good. That's still good. That's still good. I think maybe we tape this bottom just for giggles. Just to make sure we're good. There we go! Woohoo! Bailey says, I'm not getting your notification. Bailey, what's going on with that? You must have turned your notifications off in your, maybe in your settings in your phone. That's interesting. All right, so we need to print this label. I'm going to reweigh this just to make sure it should be the exact same, but... Oh my God, there's a part. Ah! Why is it Monday? Good Lord! I'm gonna lose my mind. Would anyone like to lose their mind with me? I was hoping to cut this box open again because why not? You know who's getting a laugh with this right now? You know who's getting a laugh about this right now? You know what, Peepaw? I bet you think it's so funny that I'm selling one of your old ignition somethings here, and I had to repackage it 18 times. You know why he thinks this is funny? Peepaw's thinking about me. So, when I was married the first time, that's always how we start out the story, right? When I was married the first time, so I got married at a very young age because it just seemed like something fun to do. No, I'm not kidding. I was very young, and I am very much a fun person, so I just wanted to, like, you know, have fun and get married, and so I did. And so I, my first wedding was on Halloween, and which is coincidentally now my actual husband now's birthday, so that's fun. But I was married on Halloween, so we got married and we all dressed up. So my grandpa came as a leprechaun because we're Irish, which was adorable. But instead of just giving me your average wedding present, he actually gave me money, but he got $200 in quarters, and he wrapped them individually in like the tubes, and then wrapped the tubes in tape. So you had to like cut open each of these rolls of quarters, which worked out great because I wanted to go to GamesWorks, which is a video game playing place for my birthday or for my wedding. I know, I'm such a nerd. I was very young. So he gave me those. And I just know he is smiling down right now, laughing at the fact that I had to go through this and rewrap this 3 times. So, Peepaw, this one's for you. Snap says, I can hear him laughing from here. And guys, he was such a jokester, so that's perfect. One year, he must be thinking about me today. So, one year, he, gave me, okay, do you guys remember the show Blossom? Does anybody remember that? With, like, Joey that was like, whoa! Like, okay, who remembers Blossom? Please tell me there's someone in here that does. So, you remember how she used to wear, for those of you that do remember, she used to wear that flip-up hat that had, like, the flower on the front of it? Had, like, it was like a velvet-type hat, flipped up, giant flower here in the middle, baby doll dresses. By the way, those will probably come back in because we're in that exact era of clothing right now. Very cottagecore, very flowercore, very like precious core. Anyways, so one year, I wanted one so bad. And it's all I wanted was this hat. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up. So, you know, Christmases were always like, they were more quantity than quality, so it would be a lot of, like, really small gifts. I think my family would do that, so we felt like we were all kind of getting more than just one item. And so my mom knew I wanted this hat so badly. And I was at that, like, really critical age where I'm, like, 12, probably going on 13, so I'm a nightmare. Does anyone in here have daughters, teenage daughters? Has anyone ever raised a teenage daughter? Has anyone ever been a teenage daughter? Then you know that you were probably a nightmare. I know I was. And I wanted this hat so bad, right? I knew my mom wouldn't get it for me because I knew she couldn't afford it. You had to go to Maurice's to get that. Maurice's was very hot and expensive at the time. It was probably a $40 hat, which today would be like $80 or something. for us, $40 was like crazy, right? So my mom comes up to me right before we're supposed to open up this package. We were having Christmas over at my aunt's house. And my mom's like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, oh, sure. So I go over there. I'm like, what? And she's like, I need to tell you something. You're going to get a present. And everyone's going to laugh about it. And everyone's going to think it's really funny. Now, I'm 12, almost 13. So I'm emotional. I'm a nightmare. Like, give me away, because I probably deserved it at that age. And so my mom says to me, she's like, you're going to get this thing, and it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a joke. It's not supposed to be serious. And just know that if you laugh about it and you're okay with it, that at the end of everything, you'll be happy. But just go with it in the moment. I don't want to say anything else because it'll be too staged then, but that's what's going to happen. So I was like, okay, whatever. So halfway through opening presents, I open up this package, and my grandma and grandpa used to have this bear that was in their house that had this weird, like, little black hillbilly hat on. Think of, like, remember, like, the old Chuck E. Cheese, like, animatronic guys that were like, happy birthday, that, like, did all the little things, like, or Showtime Pizza. I'm really dating myself now, but, so he had one of these. So what he had done was he took the hat off this bear, pinned it back, and then took this gaudy, ridiculous, fake flower thing and just, like, haphazardly attached it to this hat. And the hat was, like, this big. This is never going to fit on my head. So I open it up, and I could just feel my mom's eyes, like, darting at me. She's ready. Because she knows one of two things are about to happen, because she's been raising the nightmare, right? Either I'm about to, like, completely lose my literal mind and start crying and tell everyone that I can't stand it. I'm going to run out of the house. It's going to be a 3-hour-long escapade in the middle of it. I'm going to try to walk home from his house out in the country. I'm going to, like, go do something I shouldn't do just to spite him. Like, I'm 12. I'm almost 13, right? And so either that was going to happen, or the flip side is I was going to be a good sport. And I just remember, I got eyelash. I just remember looking down at it, and all I could hear in was my mom saying, if you laugh at this, you'll be rewarded in the end. And I was like, okay, so I'm still going to get that hat. It's just going to be like at the end of this. So I opened it and I was like, oh, it's just what I wanted. And there's a picture of me somewhere with this stinking hideous hat, I'm sure. And it's like, I'm like, oh, it's so funny. And my grandpa was just dying. He thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever done, ever. So he was a huckster. He was a jokester. So he did the things. And then I just think my grandpa's thinking about me today. Maybe I was supposed to think about him. I know that had nothing to do with shipping, but I think it was a fun story. Or at least I hope it was. Okay, yeah, good. We're still within weight. We're happy. Everything feels good. Oh my goodness, that was the longest thing to ship of all time. Peepaw, I love you. I miss you. Okay, going back over to eBay, we're going to put in the shipping label and move along. Jay Witt says, I was the younger brother of 3 teenage sisters. Jay Witt, you lived to tell the story. That's impressive. Thrifty mama had 2 grown daughters, barely survived it. Girl, I had one. I had a boy. I only wanted one because I did not want to raise one of me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, everyone says, yep. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, so you guys all know. Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. That was fun to talk about. Man, I haven't thought of that story in a long time. I am not 12, almost 13 years old anymore. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is going out. All right, let's pop over to Depop. I think we had 1 item sell this weekend over there. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, so we have a Nike Golf Dry Fit t-shirt. I picked this up at, where did I get this at? I think I might have got this when we did our dollar day thrifting. So I think I paid $1 or $2 for this, and it sold for $12.90. over on Depop. Now, normally I'd want to sell this for about $14, $50, $15, somewhere right in there. However, on Depop, I just don't have as many fees, so I don't mind making a little bit of a deal. And this is going to Anna Christina in Texas, so we should actually make a little bit on our shipping as well, because I do all of my shipping on Depop outside of Depop. So kids nowadays are, I know I've got 2 nieces that are both about the same age. They're right around that like 12, 13. And they're actually both like really nice girls. They're very sweet. Although I'm auntie, so mom and dad may have something different to say. We'll see. Well, and I was the only granddaughter, so there was 11 grandkids, and I was the only girl. And so my grandpa always wanted to tease me, and, like, it was always fun, you know what I mean? Like, because I think he could, like, joke around with me in a different way than he could with all the rough and tumble boys that were always just fighting each other and being crazy, and, you know. So, yeah, my grandpa and I were super close. He's a really cool guy. He definitely is missed. Okay, so we're over on Depop. We're going to put this in a poly bag. Let's get a little thing here. Oh my goodness! Where's Kitch? Where's Kitchy? Kitchy, I found a sticker for you. All right, Kitch, I'm saving this. If she ever sees this, I'm saving this in case Kitch ever gets something from me. We cannot ship that off. Absolutely not. That has to stay for the Kitch. Oh my gosh, how cute. I'm telling you, all these stickers have little animals and faces. I love them. Just one says, I bet you are a fun aunt. I think I am. I mean, I don't know, kinda. Like, I mean, trying to keep up with what the kids these days are into, it's tough. Like, and I've got 2 nieces. I would say they're similar but different. One of them is kind of more into, like, anime, and she does digital art and stuff like that. It's probably what she'll end up doing. So she's really into that. The other one is like half girly girl and half kind of not. So she's really into like nail art and fun pretty girl things, but then she's also into like Stranger Things and like horror films and stuff. So it's cool. They're both very, very different, which is kind of neat. Good morning, Dizzy. How are we today? Dizzy, I was up in your stomping grounds. Justin and I went on date night. Date night on Friday. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, we're so bad about that. Like, I mean, we spend every day together, and we get along with peas and carrots, so every day is just kind of fun. Like, we very seldomly argue about anything. When we do, I always win, because that's just what happens. However, we had realized we had not been out, you guys, in, like, 4 months. On, like, just a date. Like, it had been so long. That stuff sneaks up on you. And, like, you don't realize, like, how much time has passed. And we're just on this, like, crazy grind right now. We're both building businesses. And so it's so crazy and it's so busy. But I saw some music I wanted to see, and it was free, which is totally my price. So I was excited. So, all right. So they paid $5.99. We're paying $5.09. So we made probably our original investment back. Like I said, I can't remember what I paid for this one, but, yeah, I win. I do. I will say this though. The one thing I love about Justin is that he has somehow figured out a way to let me win, but also redirect me if I'm wrong about something. And he's the only person I think I've ever had in my life that can change my mind about something, but also I feel like I've won. Which, how do you do that? Great question, he says. I was like, he ain't answering that. He ain't answering that. We went to the Highball. The Highball is where the music was at, which is like a kind of a cool, it's like right next to a theater. It's like over, I don't remember where it was. It was next to the ramen place though. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was nice just to go out, and like I said, it was free, which was great because we are living budgeted right now, for sure. We are both on this grind. Hardcore. You know how it's like there's sometimes in your life where you're just like on that grind, like where you're like building a business or whatever it is, like that's where we're at. This year is going to be insane. It's just going to be literally like grind to get to where we're looking for. I did a photo shoot at a high wall. No way, Riz. It's really cool. It's like it reminds me of like a old school kind of like, Zoot Suit Riot. It's very like rockabilly, Cherry Poppin' Daddies, like very like that look. Like, I guess that was the 50s-ish kind of, or maybe, I think like kind of 50s-ish kind of look. I mean, it's not perfect. It's a little sticky, but that's okay. So that was good. And then we went out to ramen before that at Tatsuo, which is like, I mean, it's the greatest ramen ever. So no one's going to change my mind about that. I've had a lot of ramen and that one takes the cake. Okay, let's go over to Poshy here. We've got this is a thermal lined flannel button-up shirt. It is not any specific brand. It's called Voyager, which is an amazing show, but it's not like a super name brandy. However, it's loose, it's baggy, it's what's popular right now, and so I got it for $1 at a garage sale, and we sold it for $16 over on the Poshy. And we're going to put this in a Tyvek so that we can save on our own shipping. Yeah, very bowling alley. Yeah, very bowling alley-like. That's good. You precious bean sprout, the highball is South. Oh, is it South Austin? I'm getting there, guys. I don't know, like, I don't know the souths of it, or when does North Austin start? What's East Austin? Where's West Austin? Like, I got no idea. The only downside is there was 2 broken down vehicles on the way up there, so it took us forever to get there. I think it took us, like, well over an hour to get there, which, I mean, it's not as far as I used to drive to go to the city when I lived, like, in Sequim, but, I definitely was ready to eat by the time we got up there. And fortunately, it was just a band doing, like, cover stuff, so I didn't have to get there at any specific time. Otherwise, we would have missed the first part of the concert, because we planned enough time, but, you know, I mean, traffic is traffic. So, all right, we're going to print this out. But I've had 3 karaoke birthday parties there. No way, that's so funny. I mean, it's a cool little spot. The people were really nice, and the bathrooms weren't disgusting, so, I mean, I'm used to going to, like, scuzzy punk clubs, so I don't need fancy, I don't need, you know, as long as the bathroom is minorly okay. Hopefully there's TP. I mean, my standards for going out are not super crazy. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm a sweatpants fancy kind of gal, so, but yeah, it was really nice. Like, people were nice, band was good. Ended up getting the set list, because I always try to do that. Scored a couple guitar picks. It was fun. All right, so print this out and moving right along. Jennifer, how is Jennifer doing today? How is Jennifer? That's the question on my mind. Butler's Antiques, how are we today? All right, so this is going to Jason in Wisconsin. Jason in Wisconsin's getting a flannel shirt. He's either getting it for work or he wants to look like a 90s skater. I said he's a skater boy. I said see you later, boy. Okay, moving over to the old Mercari. Okay, so crazy story on these. Oh my lord. Okay, so I've got these vintage, dead stock, old photo albums. So y'all remember, everyone remember these kind of photo albums, right? So there is like this nostalgia thing that's happening, in case no one has seen it, where people are really wanting to kind of have those tangible things I think that they had when they were a kid. You really see it with like the resurgence of like 90s cartoon culture and plush, like vintage plush culture, vintage Looney Tunes shirts culture, vintage, you know, all over print shirts culture. You really see people want that, like, I remember when. I think people are jonesing for that right now. And so, this girl had sent me a message about these and was like, I want to get those. She said, I, remember being a kid and my mom always had those, on the coffee table or out for people to look at. She's like, because I have friends come over now and I want to show them pictures, but they're all on my phone. And who wants to just look through my phone for 40 minutes? And if I cast it to TV, is that really even any fun? She's like, so I want to like get my pictures actually printed out, and I want to put them in photo albums so I can put them out and people can look at them. And when I have friends over, it's like a way to like spark, it's a coffee table book basically. And so I thought that was so cool. Like, what a neat thing to want to do. You know what I mean? Like, to be like, hey, I am sick and tired. Like digital stuff's great. Like, don't get me wrong. But we were just, I was just thinking about this yesterday. I put up that post. There's that trend going around where you put up like a picture of your firstborn when he was little and then a firstborn now. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's on my profile. But so you have to find a picture of them from when they're little, right? Well, I've got 850 billion pictures of Isaiah and I when he was a little kid. And I've got ones of him now, of course, with me. But I had to like go into my phone and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll to find them. They weren't just like in a photo album for me to find. So the old picture took me 11 seconds to find. The new picture took me like 20 minutes to make that post. And it got me thinking about it when with this girl. Like how like totally 100% accurate that is. Of like, we just don't have that way to just, go to someone's house and be like, oh, can I see pictures of, like, let's say you're dating someone, right? And you go to their house, their parents' house, and you're looking through photos together. Well, people want to do that outside of just dating someone, right? So, I don't know. I just thought that was pretty cool. I'm stoked for her to get these. She's stoked to get them, and everybody's happy. So, I'm going to the Salvation Army, then hitting a little thrift store where 80% of the clothes are $1. Sign me up. I'm coming. Heck yeah. My greatest flex as I broke the sink off the wall of the ladies' room at Taco Land. Whoa! Riz ain't messing around. Still, Potato Book says, yes, I can hear the plastic releasing that page, right? I know. I hear that. I can literally hear that. It sounds like this, right? This is what, for all of you youngsters out there that doesn't know what these magnetic things sound like. So you peel the plastic back and then it's kind of like sticky. The whole page is sticky so that you can put like pictures, Polaroids, whatever are there. And then you put the plastic back. But this is what it sounds like when you peel up the plastic. Literally, right? Is that not exactly what it sounds like? That's so funny. Okay, so we got this here. And I think what we're going to do is I have some big... Yeah, I've got some huge envelope things. I think this might be... thing to send these in. So anyways, long story short on this, or long story long, maybe if I can get these in here. She had, no, I don't think so. So she had messaged me, she wanted to get both of them, but Mercari, their shipping is dumb. When you start getting into these bigger items, even though they supposedly got better at it, it's still like kind of a stupid price. So, I think I'm going to do one more of these on there. So, she asked me if there's any way to get shipping down. So, here's what I did. So, if you've got someone that's like, hey, I really want to get this item, but the shipping says it's too much. So, the shipping, Mercari wanted to charge $18 to ship these, which is crazy. That's not how much these will cost. So, here's what I did. I said, hey, I believe I can ship these outside of Mercari because there is an option in your Mercari settings that you are able to ship an item on your own. And you just click the ship on my own when you're making the listing. So I went in and I edited the listing to do ship on my own. Then what I did was there isn't an easy option at that point for you to get shipping money from the person. It's easier if you do this. So step one, find out what their zip code is. So I found out what her zip code was, and I went in and I went into Pirate Ship and I put in the measurements of these two albums. I put in the weight, approximately what it was going to cost. And then I put in, calculate me what the shipping price would be. And the shipping price was right around $13. So what I did was I went back into the original listing. I changed the price to be the price that it was supposed to be plus $13. So that covers my shipping. Then I put item ships free and ship on my own. That way I am still making the shipping money because she just paid it in part of her all over fee. And the shipping was supposed to be like $12.25. I just did $13 because there's going to be a little fee on there, yada, yada, yada. So she was able to get her 2 albums. Her shipping's $5 less. It took me 3 minutes of time to weigh it, go in the rate, change the listing, and I was like, hey, listings changed if you want to go in and get it. So that's a little option. I wouldn't have known about that when I was first starting out. And so I missed sales when people were like, whoa, the shipping is way too much on Mercari. And for clothing, it's not going to really matter. You're never going to really come across that too much with clothing. But you will definitely come across that with Mercari with hard goods. And yes, they're supposed to have been fixing their shipping prices and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, I didn't see it reflected in this. So, there's that. Could that be media mail? No, unfortunately, because it's not actually media. It's like a media receptacle or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I wish, because that would be a lot easier, right? So, all right, so we're just typing this all, or taping this all up. We're typing this all up. I'm just going to make sure that this is, like, not going to come loose. All right, I think we're good. And then we're just going to put it into one of our big bags here and moving right along. Singing that same old song. And then it's like too big for my, I think it's too big for my 14.5 by 19s, but it's like too big for my 24s. So I'm going to actually cut part of the bag down here that we don't need, because that's excessive. That is an excessive amount of bag. We're just going to cut a little bit of that out. And then I usually take these little bits here, because why waste it? And I just fold it up. And then I've got a little place over here where my shipping supplies are. And I just slip that in. So if I'm ever doing something where I got to cut a bag and it needs a little extra space or something, I've got a few of those. So, all right. Then we're going to just tape this up here. And we will be good to go. And she will get her little albums. It's going to be so cute. It's kind of cool to know, too. So I rescued these out of, I made friends. This is why making connections is so important. So I made friends at this exact sale with a lady that did estate sales. It was an estate sale company just starting out. And what was really great about them is their pricing that they were charging people was so good. Because the other estate company that was in our town had kind of like a monopoly on the estate situation. Not only were their fees for these people trying to like clear out their parents' homes or whatever, not only were their fees insane, like crazy, but their pricing at these sales was nuts. It was so crazy. Like $200 for a printer that's $150 on, eBay, or a shirt that's a $10 shirt for $24.95. Like, take Goodwill and multiply it by like 15. So this other estate company had gotten started, and we went to this sale, and I got to talking with the lady, and we were just talking about her business, and I told her how excited I was for them, because they were gonna definitely be able to give this other estate company the run for their money, because I think what had happened was the other company is the only really one that had kind of monopolized it, so they were just charging whatever, right? And so I was just talking to her about it, and we just kind of made friends at the sale. We were chit-chatting, and I got these and some other stuff, and she's just really cool. And so she sent me a message, because she had said, I think I've seen you before, like in one of the little buy-sell trade groups. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm always in there. I'm always looking for stuff. And she's like, you're a reseller, right? And I was like, I am a reseller. And, I don't always like to say yes, but if it's something like that and I'm building a connection and I can tell it's going to go in a positive direction, I'll say yes. Otherwise, I say, well, I keep some stuff and I flip other stuff so that I can pay for my shopping habit. So I just say something cheesy off the cuff like that usually. But I was like, yeah, no, I do that. And she's like, okay. And so she sent me a message later and was like, hey, so one small business owner to another, if you want, when I do estate sales, if you want me to, send you a personal message and let you know once one's going on, if you want to like get there early or whatever, like you're welcome to come check it out. So that was such a great connection. Unfortunately, I only got it about 6 months before we moved. So I only had about 6 months to take advantage of it. But man, we got such good stuff, like at such a low price, because they just want to get stuff sold, right? She just like, her whole thing is, I'm going to build up my business by making reasonable prices. And I want to be able to flip these guys' stuff. Because what happens with this other estate company, she was telling me, is generally what happens is they mark everything crazy, and then the second day it's less, and the third day it's less. She's like, but the problem is there's so much left at the end that you're really relying on like a reseller to come in and purchase the whole lot. And at that point, maybe the reseller's getting a better deal and the people are getting a better deal. But here's the deal. This is so shade. This is so much shade right here. What the company does is the more days that they do the sale, the more they charge. I guess this is so shady. So they prolong these sales over like a 3-day period so that I guess that they make a little bit more on it by having workers out there for 3 days versus like just a day or two. So they kind of like, so a lot of it I think still goes for lesser prices, but they make more. Oh, it just kind of makes me feel ill. So anyways, yeah. So anyways, that's the situation there. So she's like, I don't want to do that. So she's like, so I won't. And, yeah, so there's that. So unfortunately, like I said, I don't live in that town anymore, but I am, working on connections here, kind of, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. So, gee, what's up? Was Mercari the one you were having trouble with getting into? Yes, Jay. So, Mercari was giving me so much issues. They kept saying my ID wasn't verified over and over. If there's ever going to be an issue, ever with anything, with any platform, it's usually going to be Mercari. Depop has its own buggy stuff too, for sure. Don't get me wrong, but Mercari is like just famous for kicking you out. You got to reconnect. We did the same information. Like, I think we did it 4 times total, and it finally was like, congratulations, success. But because of that, it stalled out my sales for days. In fact, this gal had to wait. She tried to purchase that night, and she had to wait till, I think, must have been Saturday morning. She had to wait to be able to purchase it because my account still wasn't verifying. So silly. Yes, I only go to estate sales when they're 50% or 75% off for that reason. I know. Who's going and paying those amounts at the beginning? That's my question. Who is going into these estate sales and paying $60 for a piece of Pyrex you can get on eBay for $40? I don't understand. So, all right. So we got 12 by 11 by 5, 12, 11, 5, 12, 11, 5, and then let's take a wait here. Yeah, so I had her pay $13, I believe, for shipping, and so we should be good. Let's see if I had done my math correctly. Over-consuming boomers buy on the first day. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we're only paying $11.34. So that covers, because obviously with Mercari, because I built that into the price and everything, there's going to be fees on that. Da, 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 da. So anyways, that totally covers me. She's getting her albums. I got these for like 50 cents each. So it's great. And I still have 3 white ones left too. So she's like, I may come back and buy the white set too at some point. So I was like, hey, if they're here, they are yours. Really cool. So Kathleen in California is getting these. Yes, and neighbor looky-loos who want to see the inside of the house. Gosh, that's true, right? I never thought about that, but that's probably true. There's some nosy people out there, I'm telling you. There's some nosy people. We've definitely lived places where we've had, nosy neighbors and stuff. I think we're pretty good here. Everyone in this neighborhood pretty much just like, I've met most of them, but they're cool. Everyone just kind of does their own thing. Yeah, so, yeah, not too bad. Okay, all right, you guys, I think that's everything for me. So not a whole lot of orders. I think, what did we ship out, like 8 items or something today? So not a crazy weekend. but kind of, oh, and I just got an offer, but kind of to be expected just because, like I said, I didn't list anything this weekend because we worked on the house literally all weekend. Like, the amount of work we just did in a weekend is bananas. So, all right, I got a pair of Crocs, really, really, not cute ones. And by that, I mean not great. Probably should not have picked them up. I'm trying to sell them for like $10. What do they want to offer me? They want to offer me 8. Yeah. I'm going to sell these because you know why? I probably shouldn't have picked these up in the first place. Great. Please take them. They're like these clear Crocs, but I didn't realize when I got them. I thought they were supposed to be like an off-whitish color, but when I got them home and I looked them up, they're supposed to be white, and the whole inside of it is like this like stained color. Not good. Not good. Not good. So, we will have sold those, but we'll go ahead and just ship those later. Okay. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for me for today. So reminder, I've got the WN show tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a bunch of vintage toys. It's going to be plush. I've got die-cast cars I don't know anything about. So, everything is pretty much just going to start at $1. I also, of course, am going to have, a costume on. I'm trying to think of a hint. Ooh, here's the hint. The hint is changes. The hint is changes. So I'll be doing that tomorrow on WN. So if you go over to WN, just click on NiceComps and then go ahead and just bookmark that show, which is here. If you want to bookmark the other ones, that'd be great too. We've got vintage 90s movie, music, and sports posters the week after that. The week after that is going to be vintage and modern video games. I found a whole bunch more video games when we were doing the garage. And then after that, I think I might do a hats show. The one after that, I'm not sure. I just got to see what else I've got. And then also, if I were you, and I'm not you, but if I were you, I would make sure you're following me on WN, because there's going to be something really interesting that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to spill the beans, but I am like literally tickled pink about it. Like, I'm very excited. So, give me a follow over there because it's going to be something I haven't seen anybody else do ever. So, I'm excited. Wait, says Tag Griffin, poppin' tags. Just wanted to say hi. Oh, Tag, what's up? Hey, nice to see you. That's so crazy. Welcome to hanging out on the old TT. So, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Sophia, good to see you as well. Isn't that funny how we don't realize that we're following each other or people, and then we're like, oh wait, no, I know you. I know that face. I know that voice. That's so crazy. Are you going to tour your WN room? It's not much yet, you guys. I mean, it's pretty basic. Like, it's just this. So we cleared it out. We've cleared it out, and then we're reloading everything in and getting it set up. So this is what it looks like right now. It's just like an empty room right now. This was a fully decorated, pictures on the wall, like full on room, there was a bed in there. We had to get everything reorganized so that we could fit the bed in the garage. Yeah, so that's all it looks like right now. It's nothing fancy, but it will be fancy by tomorrow night. And you guys will just have to come on to see what the background is, because there's going to be new ones every week. Very exciting. Marie, what is going on? What is going on? Sophia says it's not showing me notifications when you're going live anymore. You know, that's interesting. I think Bailey said the same thing. So I don't know what is going on. Maybe like unfollow and refollow and then hit the notifications tab. Maybe just see if it needs to get a refresh. I know that when TT had its break and then came back, a lot of things got weird. Like a lot of our subscribers, people that had subscribed to the channel, weren't able to renew their subscription. They had to like go over to the desktop version of TT in order to renew the subscription over there. So it could be the same kind of situation here, especially Sophia, if you and Bailey are both having issues with that. Makes me wonder if that's what's going on. Yeah, it could be. Thank you, Dizzy. It was a lot of work. I'm definitely sore today. Like, we lifted, I mean, whoo, holy smokes. We were hauling carpets and beds and boxes and all that good stuff. Treasured by, good to see you. Sunny Digital. Okay, guys, I'm going to head out. Got to do post office and UPS. I will be, so you won't see me live tomorrow morning because I'll be getting ready for the WN show. So I will see all of you tomorrow night on WN, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hey, even if you can't purchase anything, I appreciate you coming in and supporting. It's always nice to see people in the chat talking because then you don't feel like you're just hanging out by yourself. And then also being able to come in and kind of share that out because I am trying to grow a following over there, you guys. I mean, I'm so new. I think this will be our like 7th show, which you're like, oh, 7, that's a good amount. That is nothing. I mean, most people have done 10, 20, 50, hundreds. I mean, we're definitely still working on finding a following over there. So, Diddley says, I'm not getting them either. I had to turn notifications back on too, said Marie. Okay, yeah, it's a crazy jungle over there for sure. Yeah, so I would say, if Marie said that she had to do that too, so maybe unfollow, refollow, and then maybe like turn off your notifications in your settings, turn them back on, redo the bell notification for me. It could just be something because of that. It would be my guess. So, because like I said, there has been issues with other stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a fantastic day. If I missed any of your comments, I apologize. Thanks for popping in here. Thanks for the stories and the laughs and the good times. And I will see each and every one of you tomorrow night on WN for some fun. All right, guys, I'll see you then. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Mwah.